Good morning, students. Welcome back to our English online classes. Children, today in our English class, we are going to study a new poem from a Beehive book. And the name of the poem is Rain on the Roof. This poem is written by Coates Kenny. Before we start our poem, we will see a short introduction of the poet. Then we will see the theme of the poem and the central idea of the poem. So, children, the title of the poem is Rain on the Roof, and the poet is Coates Kenny. Let's learn something about the poet. Coates Kenny was born in the year 1826 in New York. He was an American lawyer, politician, journalist, and poet. He wrote poetry, and his verses were collected in Keoka and other poems. Some of his famous works are Keoka, which he wrote in the year 1855, Lyrics of the Ideal and the Real, which he wrote in the year 1888, and Mists of Fire, a trilogy and some eclogues in the year 1899, and the poem Rain on the Roof. Now, this poem was set to music and was his most popular poem. Now we will see the theme of the poem. So the theme of the poem is the healing power of nature's rain, through which the poet recalls his sweet memories of the past. And now we will see what is the central idea of the poem. So children, the central idea of the poem reveals the healing power of nature's rain, specially heard from a cozy means soft, comfortable bed which the poet feels in a lovely cottage in his bedroom. The sound of raindrops falling on the rooftop has the ability to revive or recall sweet memories. The rain soothes and comforts our mind by taking it back to its lovely past. Because nature can create the most beautiful music which has the power of unleashing endless memories stored in our mind. So children, same thing we all feel when it rains, and we all love rain. Whenever rain comes, we all enjoy it, sitting in our houses, listening to the pattering. Now what is pattering? Pattering means the sound of raindrops which are falling. So it pleases our mind, our heart, it refreshes our mind, and nature appears so beautiful and we all enjoy it. And in that atmosphere, we recall our sweet memories, isn't it? So, in the same way, the poet is feeling and recalling his sweet memories he has of the rain. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. Now I will explain you the summary of the poem. So first we'll see the first stanza of the poem. Now what is the first stanza of the poem? First we'll see the new words coming in the first stanza. Humid shadows means the dark clouds which are full of moisture, or you can say moisture laden clouds. And hover means move around. Starry spear means sky which is full of stars in the night. And melancholy means sad. Bliss means blessing. Patter means sound of raindrops falling on the roof. And cottage chamber means bedroom of the poet. So in the first stanza, the poet says that when the humid shadows hover, means the dark clouds which are full of water move around in the sky and covers all the stars in the sky, the sad darkness of the night is wiped off, clean. Here the darkness is compared to sadness or melancholy, you can say. So the darkness or the sadness is wiped off by the raindrops, which looks like tears. Now the poet is feeling that the raindrops are like tears of which are shedding from the sky. The poet is comparing raindrops to tears. And so he says that the dark sky, which seems to be very sad, appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are the tears shed by it. The poet says it is like a blessing for him. Why? Because he's lying on his cozy bed in his bedroom. Cozy means soft, comfortable bed. And he's lying on his cozy bed in his bedroom and listening to the pattering means the sound of the raindrops which are falling on the roof. Now we move on to the second stanza. So in the second stanza, there are some new words like tinkle. What is the meaning of tinkle? Tinkle means the sound of the falling drops when each drop is falling on the ground or on the roof. And shingles, what do you mean by shingles? Shingles means small stones or wooden tiles on roofs. Echo means repeated sound, means echoing, the sound is resounding. Woof means weft, that is the thread woven across the loom. Patter means the sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Busy being here refers to human beings and the poet is referring to himself. Now we will see the stanza. In this stanza, the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the roof top of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart and in his dreams also. He has many different fanciful imaginations. He adds that this sound of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new different dreams in his mind. He recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that he listens to the patter, the sound of the rain upon the roof. He has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. Now we will see the third stanza. First, we'll see the new words in it. Air. Air means it is an old poetic word used for before. Dawn means daybreak. List means old poetic word for listen. And refrain means a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here the sound is of the rain. So in the last stanza, here the poet introduces his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother. As he had told in the previous stanza that rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. In the past, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling and she would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. Now, here the poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him and he listens to the song made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present. That is why the poet is moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. Whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past and he is reminded of his mother. So through this poem, we come to know that the poet is feeling and recalling his sweet memories he has of the rain and of his mother also. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house bring back those sweet memories of the past. So children, I hope you have understood the poem. Thank you.